All right, guys. So I have a Chevy Silverado here that I'm pulling apart. I'm pulling it apart because I need the motor for one car. I need the interior and the bed for another truck rather. So I'm basically doing a disassembly. I'm making a full video on the disassembly. But one thing I want to point out to everybody, in case you've never done it, is the transmission cooler lines where they go into the radiator rather. They do the same going into the transmission, but I'm going to show you with the radiator. A lot of people, I've seen this before, they don't understand how these things work. They make there's a clip that contacts the line in 3 spots. They make a special tool that you can insert in there and rotate, and it opens the clip up to get the line out. The tool sucks to use, to be honest with you. It really does. I've had the tools, I've had a couple of different style tools, and I don't think any of them work worth a darn. So basically, and most of you know this, but I figure for the people that don't know this, there's a collar that goes over it, a plastic collar. You don't break the collar, you just move the collar back. And the reason for the collar is it holds the clip securely in place. You take the collar off, and the clip is just kind of like dangling there, and the only thing holding it in place is the spring tension of the clip itself and the fact that the line might be pressed up against it, holding it in place. I've seen lines blow out because the collar's not in place. If for some reason you lose a collar, you're better off if you can get a hose clamp and stick over the fitting over top of where the clip is, just to kind of hold it in place. You don't have to go nuts, tighten it down, just snug to hold it in place. So anyway, let me show you what I'm talking about. So down here, I guess here's the truck. In case you didn't follow the other video, here's the truck. I'm in the middle of disassembling it. It's a wreck. It was hit hard on this side. The frame is pushed back. The suspension's pushed back. So we're basically using it as a parts truck. So when you come down here, I already got the fans out. Here are the tranny cooler lines. There's one up here, and there's one down here. Now, this collar is what I'm talking about, this plastic collar. What you want to do is you rotate it and twist it back. That locks the clip in place. So now the clip is right here. What you do is, as you can see the edge of it right there, what you want to do is you want to get in there and you want to grab it with the edge of a pick to pull the clip out. Let me pause this for a second and see if I can't set up something to where you can see this. Alright, so there it is right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a pick like this. I'm going to try to get in behind the edge, wherever the actual edge is. Sometimes you can see it clearly, sometimes you can't. Of course, it's going to fight me. You usually have it out by now. Come on, there you go. Okay. So you just grab the edge and you lift up on it like so. Now, if you lose the clip, that happens, because that thing will go flying. Like I said, there's the 3 contact points on it that hold the line in place. And the line just pops out like that. And then you see the tranny fluid coming out. So the clip grabs the outer edge there and holds it. So basically, like I said, if you break this or you lose it in the process, just put a hose clamp over the edge of this just to hold this in place, because you don't want a tranny cooler line popping off while you're driving. If you lose these clips, the parts stores definitely have them in stock. I've lost them because they'll go flying every once in a blue moon. Usually, like on this, because this is a wrecked truck that we're just using for parts, I will hold on to these clips. So I got a ton of these things laying around just in case I lose one. So now what you want to have on hand is transmission assembly lube. This stuff is great to have in your shop, in your garage, in your toolbox, whatever. This stuff will last forever. I've had one tub now, can't tell you how many years. And I actually have had another tub. I grabbed that one by mistake, but it's a new tub, and I've never really used it before. But let me show you what it looks like. This stuff here, assembly goo, lube guard. You can get this at the parts store. They may not have it in stock, and usually they can get it within a day. You could probably order it online too if you want it. But this stuff here, it's almost like a Vaseline consistency. But this stuff is safe on almost all of the O-rings and stuff that you're going to have in an engine, transmission, fuel system, power steering system. Basically everything except brakes. You cannot use this stuff on brakes. This stuff, like I said, you use it on your O-rings when you assemble something, make sure it's clean. This stuff will dissolve, it will melt. It's got a very low melting point. They make them in different colors too. You can get red, you can get blue, you can get green. I don't know what other colors you can get. Like Vaseline, you can use it, but it doesn't, it's got a different melting point. It's not as good as this stuff. This stuff works way better. There used to be a recall on Chrysler or Dodge Intrepids and stuff like that with the 3.5 motor where you had to rebuild the fuel rail. And basically when you put the injectors and stuff back in, I used to use this stuff because it just made your life so much easier. If you use it on injectors, you will wind up with a misfire for a small period of time. Basically because the stuff contaminates in the fuel just momentarily. It never creates an issue other than a misfire, like when on first startup, you know, and it'll jumble around for a few seconds and then smooth out, and it's fine. But yeah, I strongly recommend you get this stuff and you put it on the line. You basically grab the line, you know, like so, and then on the tip of it, you just smooth out. You can't even see it basically. You just smooth it out on the line and then stick the line in place. There's an O-ring inside the fitting that's inside the radiator and on the transmission also, because there's this design on the transmission. And it allows the line to slip right in place. And what you do is you put the clip back on first, then slide the line in. Don't have the locking collar. Well, you can't put the locking collar on, duh, it's on the line. You take the line and you snap it in place, then you put the collar over. Like I said, if you lose the collar, then put a hose clamp on it. It'll hold it in place. It'll save you a lot of aggravation. All right, so that's it. Hope you get something out of my videos. If you do, hit the like button. If you could, please subscribe. Please tell your friends to subscribe. I'm really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and it's not easy. I've been doing this for a year now, and I'm at 703, I think, at this point of this video. And it's not easy getting to 1,000. And once I get to 1,000, YouTube will actually help me and promote the channel. It'll open up new windows through YouTube for me to assist me. Because once I get to that point too, I'm going to probably upgrade and go with different types of video equipment and stuff like that. So if you could, please, it would help me out a lot. Because I'm doing all of this by myself. So, all right, guys, that's it. Have a great day. Keep wrenching.